The crowd roared as Drax entered the combat ring, his massive frame casting a long shadow across the polished floor. 7 feet of pure Vargan muscle, adorned with ceremonial battle scars and championship markings. The alien warrior raised his forearms in triumph before the match even began, soaking in the adoration from his species and the cautious respect from the other races in attendance. Kelly stood in the opposite entrance, waiting for her name to be called. A human of unremarkable height and build by Earth standards, she appeared almost comically small compared to her opponent. Her brown hair was pulled back in a practical ponytail, her face a mask of concentration. The standard-issue combat suit did little to make her look intimidating. And representing Earth, we have Kelly Thompson, first-time contestant in the Galactic Combat Championship. The announcement brought scattered applause, mostly from the human delegation. Most spectators simply stared with curiosity or amusement. Humans were newcomers to the galactic community, having achieved faster-than-light travel only 30 years prior. Their participation in the games was seen as symbolic at best, suicidal at worst. Drax laughed as Kelly stepped into the ring. The sound echoed through the arena's perfect acoustics, deep, resonant, and clearly mocking. "They send me this?" He bellowed in the common galactic tongue, gesturing at Kelly with one of his lower arms. "A tiny human female for my 400th victory? This is an insult to my prowess." The referee, a tall, slender Meridian with silver skin, floated between them. "Combatants, approach for instructions." Kelly walked forward with a measured pace. Drax swaggered, playing to the crowd with each step. "Standard rules apply," the referee announced. "Victory by submission, incapacitation, or yielding of opponent. No weapons, no assistance, no fatal strikes. Begin at the signal." Drax leaned down, his face inches from Kelly's. "I will break you gently, human. Perhaps only one limb as a courtesy to your fragile species." His breath smelled of fermented minerals, a Vargan delicacy. Kelly said nothing. Her eyes focused somewhere in the middle distance. The signal rang, a single, clear tone. Drax immediately circled right, his forearms raised in classic Vargan fighting stance. Kelly simply turned in place, tracking his movement. "Fight!" someone yelled from the crowd. Others joined in, urging action. "Is this how humans fight?" Drax called out, standing still like prey waiting for death. He lunged forward with surprising speed for his size, his upper right arm swinging in a devastating arc aimed at Kelly's head. She didn't dodge. She didn't block. She simply shifted her weight slightly and turned her shoulder. When Drax's arm made contact with her, the sound that followed wasn't the expected thud of flesh hitting flesh. It was the distinct crack of breaking bone. Drax's bone. The Vargan howled in pain and stumbled back, his upper right arm hanging at an unnatural angle. The crowd fell silent in collective shock. "Impossible!" Drax snarled. "What trick is this?" Kelly remained silent, resuming her ready stance. Her expression hadn't changed. Fury replaced Drax's confusion. He charged again, this time coordinating his remaining 3 arms in a complex attack pattern that had overwhelmed countless opponents. Kelly moved then, not away, but toward him. She slipped inside his guard with a fluid motion that seemed to defy the expected limitations of human reflexes. Her hand touched his lower left arm briefly. Another crack, another howl of pain. The crowd was murmuring now, spectators turning to each other in confusion. The human delegation sat forward in their seats, tense but unsurprised. "What are you?" Drax gasped, now favoring his 2 right arms. Kelly spoke for the first time, her voice carrying clearly despite its quiet tone. "I am human. That's explanation enough." The Vargan roared and attacked again, desperation making him reckless. Kelly countered each strike with minimal movement, her body seemingly gaining density at the point of impact. Another arm broke, then the last. Drax stood before her, all 4 limbs now useless, his breathing heavy with pain and humiliation. "Yield," Kelly suggested quietly. "Never." The Vargan attempted a desperate headbutt. Kelly didn't move, didn't flinch. When his head connected with her forehead, Drax collapsed to his knees, dazed. The referee glided forward. The match is decided. Victory to Kelly Thompson of Earth. As medical teams rushed in to attend to Drax, an elderly Zaloran approached the human delegation. Ambassador Tom Wilson recognized the alien scientist immediately. "Dr. Venn," Wilson greeted him. "I'm surprised to see you at a combat event." "After what I just witnessed, I had to speak with you immediately," Venn replied, his translucent fingers twitching with excitement. "The rumors are true, then, about human physiology?" Wilson smiled diplomatically. "Which rumors would those be?" "Adaptive density manipulation at the cellular level," Venn whispered. "Your warriors can increase their molecular density at will, can't they?" That's how she stood there and broke his arms without moving. Wilson watched as Kelly exited the ring, accepting quiet congratulations from her teammates. "Doctor, humans don't discuss their biological capabilities as a matter of policy, but I will say this. When we discovered we weren't alone in the universe, we prepared ourselves for encounters with species that might be stronger, faster, or more technologically advanced. But this," Venn gestured toward the ring, "this changes everything in the power dynamics of the galactic community." "Does it?" Wilson asked. "Or does it simply mean that appearances can be deceiving? That laughing at someone before you understand them might be unwise?" As Kelly approached, the ambassador nodded respectfully to her. "Excellent demonstration, Thompson." "Thank you, sir," she replied calmly. "I tried to use minimal force." Venn stared at her with new eyes, not seeing a small, fragile human woman, but something far more complex. Something that had evolved on a high-gravity world with environmental pressures unlike anything his species had experienced. The news would spread quickly. Humans weren't just the diplomatic newcomers with interesting art and philosophy. They were something else entirely, something that could stand perfectly still while breaking the arm of a being twice their size, something that shouldn't be underestimated again.